I still can't believe I live here. Especially now. It's so surreal. I look around, and as time goes on, I just think, wow, this is my home. It's been a trip so far. I mean, it's been a couple of trips, honestly. I mean, here I am in Otaru. I was here in summer and in the fall. It was beautiful in the fall. But then it started raining and it got a little cold. So I took a quick trip to Vietnam, which was amazing. I'm so glad that I went. Then back here for a little bit more of November. But the warmth of Vietnam stayed with me. Still, November wasn't my favorite, except I took a little trip to Hawaii too. I had to see my daughter, had to let her know how important she is to me, and just sort of check in with life and with her. But then back here, flying into Tokyo, it immediately felt like I was coming back home. And yet, this is like no home that I've ever had. What an amazing place Japan is. I feel so lucky to live here. And I feel so blessed to have Satoshi Manor. It's all the way up here in Hokkaido, very different than the crowds and lights of Tokyo, but no less amazing, and maybe in some ways more amazing.
Well, things changed a little bit while I was gone. The snow's actually just starting. There's only a couple inches that appeared while I was here, but I'm ready for it.
This is just the beginning. I mean, technically it's not even winter yet. It's still autumn. Another 2 weeks before the official start of winter. But there's about a foot of snow on the ground here. And more every day. The temperatures are cold. It's intense. I love it though. My house isn't really a great place for the winter. That's what I'm discovering. My living room stays warm because I have the furnace, but there's no central heat. Using an electric heater upstairs in the bedroom doesn't work very well. There's not a lot of insulation outside of the living room, which has an insulated ceiling, and the bedroom gets cold at night. I sleep with a stocking hat on because I don't like pulling my head under the covers, and I don't have hair to keep my head warm. It's cold. But again, I love it. The snow feels so good underfoot. Putting on those layers of clothing feels great. Walking out in the snow on a beautiful day is nice. Even going out and shoveling the snow, it makes me feel good. But I do have to solve these problems of the cold. I don't think it would be a good place for a family to live with the solutions that I have. But people do live here, and people did live in this house, so they had solutions. I'm just not sure what they were. Maybe all of that stuff that was here, all the blankets, all the futons, all the rugs piled on top of the floor to keep the heat in and the cold out, maybe that was the solution, but I want a better solution than that. So it's going to take some time to figure out. Otaru is still crowded with tourists. It seems like most of them are Chinese at this point. I'm not seeing the numbers of Korean tourists that I was seeing earlier in the year, probably because of the chaos in South Korea, but maybe just because it's cold. But the mountain is covered with snow and the skiing is starting. It's such a trip. Getting here, I had heavy bags from Hawaii. The taxi driver wouldn't drive me all the way up my driveway, so I had to drag them through the snow, and I created a trail that led up to the house. But it's so amazing with the snow. I've shoveled out the trails in the back, and I've cleared pathways, and I'll keep doing that. I don't have a snow blower, but I have one of those big sleds. And I had wondered if the spring would freeze, but it hasn't. Unfortunately, you can't really really see it here because it was too dark when I was out there. The darkness comes early and it stays a long time. So 4:30 it's pretty dark and it stays dark until about 7:30. And I think we'll have a little bit more of that, but in about 2 weeks it's going to start getting lighter and lighter, I hope. We will see, because I'm gonna do the 4 seasons here. I came and I bought the house in spring when it was still covered with snow. The season that I haven't seen yet is from about the time that the snow melts until the height of summer. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to clearing the garden and planting things and seeing the snow melt. But it may be a situation where I need to take a break and get out of here again during that time, because spring always brings rain and it's still cold and there's mud and the melting snow. We'll see.
Well, here I am back at Satoshi Manor, and I thought it might be fun to show you guys what 5,138 yen buys at the convenience down the street. Because back here, you know, all my perishable foods are gone. I made sure that before I left for 10, 12 days, so I made sure that, you know, everything that was perishable or that could go bad, I tried to use all that stuff before I went. So I didn't want to go all the way into town because it's, as you can see, it's snowing and it's cold, and I just got back after a long day of travel yesterday. So I just went to the convenience store, the Psycho Mart, right down the street. Has that lovely song, Seiko, Seiko, right, which is great. But anyway, I spent 5,138 yen in the konbini, which comes out to, you know, probably right around 34 bucks, I think, something like that. Maybe $35. But so $35 at the konbini, and what I got is some delicious Japanese bread. 6 slices, extra thick. I love this stuff, makes the best toast. Bag of chips for enjoying later. These are delicious, delicious chips. A couple onegiris, right? The rice balls, because gotta have those just for snacks a little bit later. Some patties for cooking, for sandwiches, and things like that. Just go in the freezer. A couple big yogurts, because I like having yogurt in the morning, even if it is kind of sweet. A little bit of bacon. And you can't have the bacon without having not a dozen eggs, but 10 eggs. 10 egg pack. Got some milk, so I can make wonderful things like macaroni and cheese, cereal. Some 6P cheese, which is just like the cheese wedges. It's like Laughing Cow, or, you know, the Washikiri, it's called. This is my favorite cheap sake. It's just Junmai Jinjo, but you know, not expensive sake, but I like this one, and it's about the right size where I can have a little bit, not too much, and just enjoy it without, you know, after effects. Cashews, some salad. I'm American, and sometimes I want a snack without too much work, so I like these little frozen pizzas. I can cook them in my little stove oven, plus the combination of the microwave. Bag of onions, some gumdrops, gummies, as they might be called. A little bit of different salad to go with the other salad, and some bananas. Now, 5,100 yen sounds like a lot, but actually, I mean, if I was trying to buy this stuff in Hawaii, I think it would have been like $70, $80. Honestly, because the eggs would have been $7, the milk would have been $5, the pizzas would have been another $7, the onions would have been 3 or 4. Like, it just adds up. So anyway, that's more than I usually spend at the konbini, but this time, that's what it was. Because probably not going to go anywhere today. It's snowing out there, and like I said, big day of travel. But it was nice to get out in the snow a little bit, to walk a little bit down to the konbini, and to pick up some stuff so that I don't have to worry about having food. I've got dry goods and stuff, but it would have been fine. Okay. Maybe I should show you guys just just the hillside there. I love it. This is where the fox comes down. You can see his little trail. There's a little fox trail that runs through the backyard. And the snow's coming. The crows are all here. Good stuff. Aloha.